Oh, 30 more seconds, I had to levitate through my yogic power. Welcome, I'm Rudy Mettia, and welcome back to the Yoga Warrior 365 with Toby. And the warrior tips today are Plow, Halasana, shoulder stand, and then on the way out of shoulder stand, we're gonna do fish position, because you'll find those three poses together most of the time. So, hello Toby, you ready? So she's gonna go, be easy with your plow. You know, because plow, when you take your feet all the way over towards the floor, theoretically, that's a lot of compression, the upper spine and the cervical and the thoracic spine. So just be careful. She's gonna take the feet up and over. So yeah, for me, I probably never really get this far. For me, I'm usually about right here with my knees slightly bent, bend your knees a little bit. And for me, it's not so pressurized. So if you're like me and you have that kind of little hesitant to straighten the legs and take the feet all the way to the floor, which is the pure plow, because then you look like a plowshare, don't you? So that's the hence of the name plow. So if you have that tendency not to want to go there because of the neck or the upper back muscles, then bend the knees a little bit, soft, and then it's not so heavy, it's not so intense. Now the key to this pose is taking the palms and really supporting the kidneys. The palms are flat to the kidneys. Elbows are straight, and you see that nice steady stance of the elbows. So now she's ready to take it up to shoulder stand. One leg at a time, because you take one leg at a time, you can feel the weight bearing down and you can adjust to it. You comfortable? And then she can bring the other leg up. Now I'm gonna adjust her a little bit. If you're fortunate enough to be working with a teacher, they can actually grab your feet like I'm gonna do her, and I'm just gonna kind of help lift her legs out of the hips, and watch my feet are pinning her elbows in a little bit. I don't wanna force those in because that's tough on the shoulder joint, but it's nice and sturdy. Now, if I didn't do that, she would just kind of wiggle herself, do the individual, like wiggle. See how she wiggles herself underneath? Then as you look at shoulder stand from the side, you'll notice a lot of times, bring your feet about this way, a lot of times shoulder stand will look like that because it's heavy. So the more you pull your feet back over your elbows, the more pressure goes straight down into your biceps. So this is the one pose in yoga where you can really firm the biceps. And you want to make sure on Toby, a lot of you will find your chin buried into your chest. Have this space between, I always imagine I'm holding a tennis ball right in my throat. So if the back of my head is pressing down, then this curve of my neck, see how my fingers are on the curve of her neck? That curve of the neck is intact. If this was buried into her chest, she'd flatten out the spine, which she doesn't want to do. Which she doesn't want to do, so don't do that. She was good enough to herniate her cervical spine to show you not what to do. So that's kind of shoulder stand. Good, and then she's gonna lower her feet back to plow, and then she release the hands down and start to roll out slowly. You know what she just did with her ab muscles? For me, I put my palms down and lower out that way. She's gonna go right into fish. What I like about fish position after that is that from fish position, look, it's the opposite. So from rounding her spine and being in the shoulder stand, she's convexing her spine, or concaving her spine and being a little bit of a back bend in the upper spine. And then she's gonna roll out that, and she's gonna turn her palms up. So that's plow, shoulder stand, and fish. Thanks, namaste.